Today we're going to take a look at 9 new concept art images for Halo Infinite that were released via a calendar, kind of a leak, not really a leak, but we're going to take a look at those 9 new images, plus a hidden feature that Halo Infinite has that was noticed by a Reddit user. Let's get into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have something kind of cool. So Sean W, if you don't already follow Sean W, you should definitely go check him out. Dude is on top of stuff. He was putting in that hustle the other day, yesterday actually, and came across these insane Halo Infinite concept art images via a calendar of all things. So this is the calendar. It was put up by Shop Trends. You can pre-order it. It's estimated to arrive sometime this fall. It is a 16-month calendar. For those who are not familiar with what a 16-month calendar is, basically it's going to be all 12 months of 2022 plus the last 4 months of 2021. So I imagine that this calendar will probably go on sale sometime in September, and then be, you know, either September through the end of the year, so September, October, November, December, and then obviously the full year of 2022. We have 2 images, or I guess 3 or 4 images here to look at, and then I did segment them out to be larger so that we could take a deeper look at those. So I'm going to hide my webcam now, and we are going to just take a look at some of these images. Okay, guys, so this is the first one. We've seen this one in concept art that 343 has already released. It's a very cool image. We can zoom in a little bit on this guy, but you know, we've basically already seen this. Very cool stuff. This one is our first new piece of concept art. This is a warthog on these, you know, these hexagonal pillars overlooking a really cool vista, right? This super foggy outcropping. Probably the coolest thing about this image, though, is that this is the first time that we've really seen what looks to be a potential playable space underneath some of these pillars floating in the distance. This gives me intense Avatar, like James Cameron's Avatar vibes. I think that this looks extremely cool. I am very excited to see what this may translate to into gameplay. So this is kind of the more exciting image that we got from all of this. Here we have it blown up so that we can take a look at these a little bit more in depth. This is definitely the booster frame from Halo Legends. Now, if you're not familiar with the booster frame, it's a single person craft that can carry, you know, Spartans and things like that to specific destinations. If this is actually in the game and not just placeholder for the concept art, this is a huge revelation for us. This is definitely the first time that we've seen that the booster frame is going to be in the game. If, again, you know, if it is concept art, so it's always subject to change. There have been plenty of pieces of Halo concept art throughout the years, and even cut content that just didn't make it for whatever reason. But this, man, this is super exciting. If we're able to fly these single-man craft booster frames, then it's definitely going to be a big deal for Halo Infinite's campaign and potentially its BTB 2.0 mode that we talked about yesterday. This looks absolutely cool, guys. I love this, and we get a good shot of the ring, the damage on the ring, and then the planet that it is hovering near. So this is the next image we get with Chief holding a BR that looks to me a little bit more like the Halo 5 BR. Even his armor looks more like a combination between his Halo 5 armor and a new take on the Halo 3, Halo 2 era armor. Basically, it is the Halo 4-5 armor, but with the pauldrons from the original Mark 6. I think that this looks really cool. Plus, we get a cool shot of a brute running at Chief with a hammer, some ships up in the background, a banshee flying around. This looks like a phantom to me. And then also grunts and other Covenant creatures roaming around on this, what looks like a beach, potentially. This one is obviously a concept art piece for the intro to the game. We know that the announcement trailer that introduced us to Brohammer, or Dustin Echoes, whoever you'd like to call him, this is very obviously the reveal for that, a piece of concept art for that section. I think that this looks extremely cool. This has a lot of potential for like really cool marketing stuff. I could totally see an in-engine version of this being a popular image that they use to market the game. So this one I love. I love this image, guys, with the choppers. Look at these awesome looking brutes. Like, this helmet looks insane. I hope that we get to see a helmet like this on a brute in the game with this big like rhinoceros horn coming up out of it. But here they are, man. The choppers, just like a whole platoon of them. Just an entire, I would wager to call it a pack of choppers. This looks insane. I hope that we get to find roving bands of brutes on choppers just ready to cause and like create crazy carnage. I think that looks absolutely awesome. This one here looks to be a piece of concept art that drew a lot of inspiration for the gameplay reveal section of the game that we saw last year. This looks extremely similar to that very opening scene. We have this, you know, this very, very nice little creek or lake, whatever this may be, with Chief kind of standing in the water and the warthog in the background, and then some Forerunner structures even further out in the background. This looks absolutely awesome, guys. Let's see what else we got. We got the Pelican bringing supplies to these stranded Marines. The Marine here like trying to wave down the Pelicans, and then what looks to be a fallen comrade there. Definitely very cool. I hope that we get to see instances like this in the campaign. Something I wanted to point out though, between these concept art pieces is, man, that Pelican looks so good. I think 343 is really doing a good job of combining their Halo 4 and 5 era art style with a new take on what we would call the Bungie art style. And the Pelican looks like it's going to be a little bit more in line with that classic art style. I think that this looks great. I don't think that the Halo 4 and 5 Pelicans looked bad necessarily, but this looks absolutely insane, guys. This is one of the most interesting pieces that we've gotten to see so far. This blows my mind a little bit, guys. Like, look at this. So it's Chief standing obviously on the Halo ring, but overlooking it in pieces, right? A segment of the Halo ring that is probably the most either damaged or incomplete, with it just like curving beautifully up into the vista. I sincerely hope that we get to see stuff like this in game. This looks crazy to me. This is what I was hoping getting to explore a Halo ring, especially Zeta Halo, would feel like. This is invoking like all of the right atmosphere for me. Absolutely beautiful. Now this reminds me a lot of the concept art that we got with the Banshee in the foreground a few months back in one of the Inside Infinite updates. But at a completely different angle, man. I love seeing this like creek bed running through this, just like a sliver of this mountain that's been taken out. Again, we don't necessarily know. Obviously the ring has been damaged in some capacity, and that's why a lot of these hexagonal pillars are all over the place. It's either the ring trying to rebuild itself, or it is the purest internal version of what that ring looks like. This is absolutely crazy, guys. And then again, we just do not know what this structure is. Eshram does mention the auditorium in the gameplay reveal from last year. This could be that auditorium. We just don't know yet. I'm hoping that we kind of get some more hints here pretty soon. But if 343 really wants to hold it close to the chest and not show any of their cards until the game itself releases, as far as story beats go, I'd be even more excited to find out. We know that Cortana is going to be in this game in some capacity. This could be one of the places that we go to find Cortana. I am looking forward to finally jumping into the game and really tearing it apart, figuring out what's going on, what's up with Cortana, what's up with the Created, what's up with the Banished. Are they working together? Are they not? Who is the Harbinger? Like, I am so excited to find out. And that's basically it, guys. Those are all of our brand new concept art pieces. Some of these look absolutely stunning, man, and obviously, you know, there are 3 of them here that we've already gotten. These 3 we already had, and this 4th one too, I guess. But Guys, tell me what you think about these concept art pieces in the comments. These look absolutely stunning. I'm gonna turn my webcam back on for us. Boom, there I am. Guys, beautiful, beautiful game. I cannot wait to see this all unfold. Tell me what you think. Which one of these is your favorite? I think that there's a lot of really cool story potential. Obviously, it's concept art. Concept art is some of the first stuff that comes together when a game is in pre-production. So there's a chance that half of these will not have any sort of in-game implications whatsoever. I'm very excited to find out what this structure is that we keep seeing in all of these concept art pieces. It's up here as well. Only time will tell, guys. So the next thing that we're going to look at is this secret Halo Infinite feature that no one had noticed until the user ryrynoryry over on r/Halo pointed this out. This is really, really cool, guys. The Halo Infinite motion tracker changes with your FOV and aspect ratio. So he was able to go through these images, and here are the images that he referenced. He was able to go through these and notice that depending on your FOV and depending on your aspect ratio, so here in the middle, that's the aspect ratio, it's divided up. This is 78 FOV, which is the default, and then 120 FOV, which is the max, both on console and on PC. In the 16:9 with the 78 FOV, it looks like basically a right angle, right? That looks like it's basically 90 degrees in front of you. I mean, it's not, right? It's 78 degrees. But if you come over here and look at the 120 FOV with the 16:9, it's a much wider cone. It could just be that cone playing with my eyes a little bit, but it even looks like the shape of the radar changes from each of these images. They look like they kind of balloon out a little bit at the sides so that it's more of an oval rather than a perfect circle. But so it's 78 FOV at 21:9. It's almost as wide as the 120 at 16:9. And then it's absolutely just as wide as it could possibly be over here, except it's not. Don't forget, Halo Infinite is going to support that super ultra wide 32:9. So default 78 FOV on a 32:9 is this wide. It is almost, guys, it is almost 180 degrees. Look at this absolute unit right here, guys. This absolute unit of a radar. It's crazy. What a cool feature. What a total like quality of life feature. No other Halo games support something like this right now. So the Halo games that could be taking advantage of a feature like this would obviously be the titles on MCC that allow for an FOV adjustment, that allow for an aspect ratio adjustment on PC. And it looks like that's not even, it doesn't even come close, guys. Like this is totally unique to Halo Infinite. I play a lot of other games, and I have never noticed another game with a radar similar to Halo. Like Destiny, for example, doesn't widen your radar's capabilities, right? Obviously, this is still going to be the same. What, 59 meters seems to be what the radar is currently at for campaign. Absolutely bananas, guys. What a cool little feature that they didn't even mention in the Inside Infinite for this PC stuff, but Reddit user ryrynoryry was able to notice it, man, pointed it out. Very cool. Guys, tell me what you think. I think that we're gonna see a ton of little quality of life features like this that 343 doesn't even feel the need to mention. Something that, had it gone unmentioned, probably would have eventually been noticed by the community on a larger scale, but they didn't even need to bring it up, right? It was something that we would have found on our own, but Ryry putting in the work, really trying to find something cool and exciting and new for us. What an awesome experience this has been to come across this. I even said it in a comment on this post that I'm legitimately surprised that I hadn't noticed it. I studied these images so hard. You guys probably saw my video breaking it down. Very cool, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video today, guys. As of recording, we are 4 days away from the Halo Infinite multiplayer reveal at E3. Maybe see some arena, maybe see some of that Big Team Battle 2.0 that's been heavily rumored. I cannot wait to see that with you guys live on twitch.tv/Pfhorbear starting at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern. We're going live an hour before the event, and we will be live throughout it all. We're going to react to it live. We're going to break down what we get to see. Hopefully we get some cool new trailers and stuff that we can take a look at like we did last year. I'm so excited, guys. Let me know. Are you going to be watching it with me, or do you have your own watch party that you're planning on catching it with all your friends with? So guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you haven't already, you subscribe, you like the video, you leave me a comment if you really like what you saw today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. Until next time, guys, be safe and have fun.